Good morning, my impatience. How art thou? It is I, Andrew the Android Koloski, and I'm here ready to perform for all of you. I hope you impatients will come filing in momentarily, and I hope you will engage with me. I hope you will ask me some questions, and I hope you will do your impatient thing for me, please. I hope you will do your impatient thing for me. I don't know if I'm going to be live for very long today because I'm a little tired, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm a little fatigued. Yeah, you got to give Tara. I covered one of Tara Social's songs today, and quite frankly, somebody says it is becoming increasingly clear that your illness is severe to the point you can't actually make a life happen on your own. It's not something you should be ashamed of. You need to make it clear you need help and let them help you, and most importantly, comply with their instructions. Yeah, I mean that's a fair point, guys. I mean, if you, I mean, obviously they say you got to help yourself. You got to make your life happen. But if you can't make your life happen without help, I mean, obviously, Pete goes, "What's going on, big dog? Not much." Oh, 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 oh. Obviously, the key to happiness, the key to a life, is being independent and making your life happen. But if you're so sick you can't make your life happen, well, obviously you need some sort of intervention and help. You know, you need somebody to kind of do it for you, whether it's your mother, your father, or whoever. Somebody says, "Make your life happen" is such an empty phrase. I mean, it's true. I mean, you got to live your life. You gotta go places, do things, get a job, make your life happen. If you sit in solitude crying, "Why is my life not happening?" Well, it's because you're not doing anything to make your life happen. Nobody's going to deliver themselves to you. Nobody's going to be your knight in shining armor. Nobody's going to be your fairy godmother who lives your life for you. You have to live your own life. So I hear what you're saying. Make your life happen is an empty phrase, but also it's true. You got to make your life happen. To quote the great Gary Burr, "Love is out there, but you got to go get it. Thinking and wishing it will come to you will kill you if you let it. The love will just go find someone else. Sleeve says you're rocking a lot. Are you feeling okay? I think so. I don't know. It's relaxing. I've rocked in my chair like this from a very young age. I do it when I listen to music. I do it when I drive. Some people say rocking is a sign of autism. I asked my psychopharmacologist if I'm on the spectrum. He didn't, you know, but he didn't think so. But I guess it could be a sign of schizoaffective or delusional disorder too. Yeah, but I've rocked from a very young age. Like in elementary school, I would rock to relax myself. It's a sign of like high stress, high anxiety, high emotion. So he says it's a self-comforting technique. That's why I wondered. I got an art class today at 4 p.m., but that's obviously later in the day. Um, I might take a nap. I took a nice run. My toe is hurting again. My toe is throbbing. Does anybody want to see my toe? Um, I don't know. I think running on the treadmill is bruising and damaging my toe, but whatever. It's gotten me sexy, but I don't want skin cancer. But yeah, let me show the toe anyway. Why not? Why not? This is what my toe looks like at the moment. I'll just put the sexy antifungal polish on. There we go. Yeah, they should just amputate that toe. They should just amputate it. There's no need. It just causes me aggravation. So my mom made me chicken nuggets for lunch. I'm like, damn it. Why can't I have the millionaire's food? Why can't I have master chefs cooking for me? Why am I eating chicken nuggets for lunch? Why can't I have millionaires and billionaires cooking for me and have my own butler and get nice, yummy meals? And they're like, because you haven't earned it, Andrew. You haven't earned it. What do? You post on social media screaming, I should be a movie star. I should be a billionaire. Why should you have master chefs cooking for you? They weren't dinosaur nuggets. I refuse to eat dinosaur nuggets because they gross me out. I only eat the nugget shaped ones. I refuse to eat Dino nuggets. Somebody says, Andrew, your life isn't that bad. You have chicken nuggets for lunch. You're going to have a nap. Then you cook at art class. Then you color at art class. Not cook at art class. Color at art class. Somebody working 9 to 5 days a week. They're here. So you have chicken nuggets. You sleep for an hour or two during the day. Then you color at art class. That's a life of leisure, Andrew. That's a life of leisure. Somebody says, Andrew lives the life of a toddler. I'm a man-child who's living like an elementary school student. Somebody says, throw in some Teddy Grahams and Juicy Juice, and it's the life of a 3-year-old. I use the twistable crayons. I'll show you the crayons I use because I put too much pressure. I use crayons that look like this because if I put too much pressure on the other kind of crayons, they snap. So I use these twistable Crayola crayons. I hate breaking crayons, I'm living the life of a toddler. I'm eating chicken nuggets. I'm taking naps. And I'm coloring in my art class. I sometimes use the regular crayons. I'm going to be frank here, but also I often snap them when I do because I put too much pressure on them when I color. You got to color gently. You can't put too much pressure on it. You can't put too much pressure on regular crayons, otherwise they break. Love is out there, but you got to go get it. You got to go get it. It ain't coming to you. Somebody asks, would I be with a man for companionship? No, I want a woman. I want to be with a woman. I'm not into a homosexual relationship. Sorry to the men out there who are interested, but I'm not interested in men. I'm looking for a lady. So you could always be with a man and just pretend it's a lady. No, it just doesn't work. Sorry, Major of India. Not looking for a man. Somebody says you could always just pretend, but nah. He says, I'm just trying to help, bro. I'm just trying to help. All right, guys. Any last questions here? Anything you want me to elaborate on? Or, I mean, I don't really have a lot to say. It's almost that time for me to take a nap. Somebody says, a nap sounds dank, to be honest. Yeah, I was talking to one of my art class buddies, and she was saying how, I'm like, I'm always so tired. What can I do about being tired all the time? She says, why don't you take naps during the day? I'm like, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. So I'm gonna just start taking naps. That's a great idea. I hear a siren outside. I know people say, "What are you getting auditory hallucinations?" Nobody hears a siren. No, I really do. I live close to Merrick Road, which is busy, and I'm hearing a siren right now. I'm like, "Oh no, are they coming to take me away to the psychiatric hospital?" But apparently they're not. Apparently it's just a siren outside. I don't know who they're coming to get, but it's not me. Hey, horn dog, how art thou? They're coming to take me away to the funny farm where people twiddle their thumbs and basket weavers do whatever they do. Horn dog asks, "How is everybody How is everything going today?" It's going ite. It's going ite. It's ite. Did I go to the gym today? Yes. Not only did I ran for 30 minutes, but I really bashed my tail. I didn't really see any cute women at the gym today. I wasn't really paying attention for them though. Um, there's some women at the gym I'm interested in. I don't know if they're interested in me, but I'm interested in them. Um, I don't know. I mean, obviously, to try engaging with them, try breaking the ice with them, try saying hello. How are you doing? I mean, like for example, there are some women at the gym I'm interested in, and ask questions. Say, oh, so let's say it's an employee. You say, do you like working here? Or, but yeah, I don't want to get rejected. Or if it's like somebody who's working out, you could say to them, oh, so do you work out a lot? Do you like to do the cardio equipment? Try to make conversation with them, and don't be creepy. Try to be suave, cool, and smooth. Try to be confident and. Somebody says, try saying hello and starting with that. Somebody says, you shouldn't be paying attention to the women at the gym. Focus on your workout. No, that's what I usually do. But there are some cute women there that it would be kind of interesting to break the ice with. That it would be kind of interesting to be friendly with because they're attractive. Somebody says, asking someone if they work out a lot while they're at the gym is actually hilarious. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not smooth. I don't know how to make small talk. I don't know how to make conversations. So, I mean, I don't know what to say. So I'm like, oh, hi. So I notice you do a lot of cardio. Do you like to work out a lot? Like, what the hell do you say? I'm like a social reject. I don't know how to make conversation with people. Erie says, if some 40-year-old loser started talking to me at the gym, I would scream. Slave says, Erie, he looks like a young Tom Cruise. I wouldn't scream like, ah! I would say, wow, this guy's hot. It's not like it's not like I'm some 40-year-old looking creep. I actually look kind of attractive. Erie says, oh my God! I would scream, stranger danger! If Andrew started talking to me at the gym. Somebody says, women respect the truth and boldness. Just tell her you would satisfy her. I don't know about that, Major of India. Somebody says, it might be scary talking to a woman at first, but then she'll learn I have a heart of gold, and just be confident. Just be confident. Just have courage, and just be natural. Smile, and she'll probably reciprocate a smile, and just be confident, be smooth, and it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Somebody says, don't bring up the mental illness on the first date either. Don't say, oh, by the way, I'm schizoaffective or have delusional disorder on the first date. If you get to the second, third, fourth date, maybe then you disclose it, but you don't have to bring up that I'm severely mentally ill, on the first date. That frankly, that's not appropriate. You wait to disclose that. And somebody says, having taken HIV PrEP is not a marker for having been HIV positive. So frankly, you never have to bring that up, even if you get intimate, because I don't have HIV. So just never tell anybody I took HIV PrEP because I don't have HIV. You don't have to tell anybody that. Basically, even during romance, you never have to say that. Somebody says, if you're married, you could bring it up. Pete says, if you met me on the streets, I would randomly assume you've taken HIV PrEP before. I don't know why I could just tell that about you, Andrew. I could just sense it. Somebody says, I would immediately suspect you've taken HIV PrEP. And there are specific reasons I would think that. What do you think? Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough, Pete. Fair enough. I would say this guy is definitely taking HIV PrEP. I don't know how I can tell. He's just a stranger to me, but I can tell Andrew has taken HIV PrEP before. It's just obvious. So he says, just make small talk. Don't mention your mental health challenges. Don't mention having taken HIV PrEP, and just have conversations. Yeah, there's a cute woman. At the gym, there's a lot of cute women at the gym. Quite frankly, rather than screaming, "Tell me the truth," try talking to them. Like, there's some staff members who are cute. There's some people working out on the treadmills and the ellipticals that are cute. There are some women downstairs that are cute. There are some cute women at the gym. And, frankly, a lot of these women I want to talk to, make small talk with, and get to know. But, you gotta be confident. You gotta be smooth. You can't be awkward. And you gotta be Mr. Suave and cool. Somebody says, Andrew approaching a woman at the gym would be scary. Eerie, stop putting negative thoughts in my head. Somebody says, the woman might be single and ready to mingle. Somebody says, leave the employees alone, though. Just talk to the people working the elliptical and on the treadmill and doing the weights. Go up to her and say, by the way, your form is off. I'm going to help you with your form when you work out. Tell her she's doing it wrong and I can help her. There's one woman in particular who I think might be interested in me. And by the way, she's an Asian woman. She works out on an elliptical, and I'm actually pretty interested in her. But I don't know how to talk with her. I don't know how to make small talk with her. But she's probably the one I'm the most interested in. But there's other women, that work out on the treadmill who are cute as well. There's staff workers who are cute. There's a bunch of women at the gym who I'm attracted to. So, and I see them pretty much not every day, but most days. And every morning I go around the same time every day, and I see them, about the same time every day. And there's even some older women I would be willing to chat with, and but obviously I prefer women in their 20s and 30s. Somebody says, just say hi. How are you doing? I'm Andrew the Android. Rusty says, why not older men? I'm not into older men. I'm not into men, Rusty. I'm into women. So yeah, just keep going to the gym and keep trying to mingle with them, and let's start with a hello. Let's I'll smile. I'll see if she reciprocates a smile. I'll look in her eyes and say hi. What do you say hi? You just say hi to her. Hey, how you doing? You smile. Hey, how you doing? What do I say after that? I see you like to work out. So do I. I feel like a douche. I feel like a tool saying that. Hey, how you doing? Let's practice. Say, oh, hi, Mark. I love, Erie says, that's so creepy. That's so creepy. The woman would be creeped out and she'd say, get the fuck away from me. Stranger danger. Call the police. No, Erie, stop putting those fucking thoughts in my head. You're shaming me. Sleeve says, say to the woman, hey, how you doing? I see you like to work out. So do I. How long have you been coming here for? Is it your New Year's resolution to work out? Like something like that. And somebody says, if the woman starts screaming, then you start screaming and let the cops figure it out. I'll say, she's the stranger danger. She's the one who's screaming for no apparent reason. But like they say, if you look in a woman's eyes and you smile and you're friendly, she's probably going to be friendly back, unless she's a real nasty, woman, a real bitch. Nobody. I mean, if you look at a woman's eyes and you smile and you're friendly, a woman's going to be friendly in return. Unless you're like a real bitch who just likes brutally rejecting and shaming people. So yeah, just look in her eyes, try to smile, try to be friendly, and don't overthink it. I mean, and maybe she has a boyfriend. So don't assume. I mean, maybe she's gonna be like, yeah, thank you for the chat, but by the way, I have a boyfriend. It seems like every woman has a boyfriend, even if they're single. Every woman I talk to is like, oh, you're so nice, Andrew. You're so friendly. But by the way, I have a boyfriend. Erie says, put on the collar. With the collar on, your chances will go up. Major of India says, Andrew. Yes, Major of India. He says, where is your collar? It's in the drawer at the moment. Horndog says, I think she's probably single and working out to find a man. Maybe. Erie says, it would be, well, I think I am attractive, Erie. Erie says, it would be easier to find a romantic partner if you were attractive. I think I am attractive, Erie. I'm just not your type. So this is Erie. Erie says, you think you're attractive? I think so. Major of India says, the collar is a great look, Andrew. Somebody says, the woman would be lucky to have you. Yeah, that's what you got to think. You got to think the woman would be lucky to have me. You got to think of yourself in a confident kind of way. All right, guys, I think I'm going to get going here. So he says, now that you have a collar, you need to go get a leash. And you got to find a woman who will lead you around by the leash. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I'll put my collar on. I'll get the woman to put the leash on me, and she'll lead me around. Somebody says, no, a harness, not a. What's a harness? Somebody says, if a woman put a leash on you, would you walk on 4 legs or on 2 legs? Let's say I was walking in Central Park. I'd probably walk on my 2 legs. I wouldn't walk on my hands and feet. That would be too uncomfortable. The Long Island Naked Dude. The Long Island Naked Dude. That's me. The Long Island Collar Guy. The Long Island Collar Boy. All right, guys. So he says, a harness is what you wear on your chest. The love of a doggy is really, really good. All right, guys. I think I'm going to peace out here. I know Rusty wants me to do an hour, but I think I'm going to take my nap. I need to take a nap before my art class. So he says, do a goddamn hour, Andrew. Do a goddamn hour. La 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 la. So you got some style, Andrew. You got some style. So he says, your head looks huge today. Maybe it's the shirt. Somebody says, we'll miss you, buddy. Yeah, thank you, Major of India. All right, guys. Peace out. Adios, my impatience. I'll talk to you all again soon. I'm going to hit the old dusty trail. Peace out.